best foods for you are usually referred to as superfoods. That makes sense to me. The list of superfoods is actually pretty long. So in this video, I'm gonna attempt to share with you my personal favorite superfoods. The list is gonna be based on the overall health benefits that you can receive from these foods, but it's also gonna be based partially on the food's roles in my diet. So I guess kind of staple foods of mine. Now again, the list for superfoods is long, and that means, sadly, a lot of foods are going to be left off this list, because 5 isn't very many. And just because some healthy food is left off of my list doesn't mean that I necessarily believe that the foods on my list are significantly healthier than, you know, the rest. It's just my personal favorites. So let's get started with number 5. Oats. Healthy carbs, great whole grains, lots of soluble fiber, iron, decent amount of protein, and as I'd mentioned in a earlier video, oats can even help you sleep. Number 4, we have nuts, but I'm referring specifically to almonds. But nuts in general are high in calories, so don't binge on them. Look at the serving size, and that can help you determine how much you should be eating. And if eating the right amount, you will receive an abundance of health benefits. Now for almonds, we have vitamin E, copper, magnesium, a reasonable amount of protein, iron, fiber, and almonds may help lower cholesterol, which means good heart health, and it may even help to battle cancer. Number 3, we have non-fat Greek yogurt. Many who know me know that I love Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is, in many people's opinion as well as mine, superior to regular yogurt. There are more probiotics, so that means more healthy bacterias. It's higher in protein by quite a bit, and of course, since it's a dairy product, it's also pretty high in calcium. Actually quite high in calcium. But the lactose content of Greek yogurt is actually not that high. So those with lactose intolerance, Greek yogurt may work for you. We're getting down to the end. Number 2 is salmon. And salmon is kind of a love it or hate it thing. I guess fish in general is kind of a love it or hate it thing. I used to be terrified of fish, and I also didn't like eating them. Growing up, I'd seen a lot of dead fish. So as far as meats go, you know, I don't think I'd ever seen a dead chicken or a dead cow unless it was on my plate. But anyway, I hadn't seen like a whole dead cow or dead chicken or dead turkey or anything like that, so I didn't have this bias against eating those. But I'd seen plenty of whole dead fish with their eyes popping out and whatever, and just stinky flies, you know. But then I discovered health, and I was opened up to the idea that fish are actually quite healthy for you. And now I love fish, especially salmon, which is arguably the best fish for you. Its main claim to fame is the omega-3 fatty acids, so that's good heart health for you right there. Also, there's great anti-inflammatories, it's high in iron, very high in protein, but it's low in calories, so there's a nice little thing going on there. Before I do number 1, I'd like to give some honorable mentions. Kale, berries, black beans, olive oil, bananas, and quinoa. I'd say that's a good honorable mentions list. Now number 1, sweet potatoes. Yeah. I think sweet potato is the perfect complex carb, and complex carbs should be the bulk of most people's diets. Now, white potatoes get a bad rep, and really they're not bad for you at all, but they are white, and the more color there is in a food, the more health benefits it's most likely going to have. And sweet potatoes are pretty orange, and that means a lot of beta carotene and vitamin A, so good vision and all that good stuff. There's also a lot of vitamin C, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, calcium, and potassium. The list goes on. Sweet potatoes, are amazing. If you don't like them, try and acquire a taste for them because you're missing out. So going back to the white potato thing, you don't need to stay away from white potatoes. Just check yourself when you're preparing the potato, and you know, if you're putting gobs of sour cream or bacon bits or whatever you do, you know, try to stay away from that sort of thing. But I would suggest putting more sweet potatoes into your diet than white potatoes because sweet potato is quite a bit healthier. So that's my list. Sorry if I left some off there, hoping to hear about here. There's plenty of great foods out there. These aren't the end-all, be-all of all healthy foods, but they're my favorites. I try and incorporate them into my diet as much as I can, and I'd like to share that with you, and maybe you can gain a little bit of health in the process, lose a little bit of weight, put on some muscle, whatever. Have a great night.